what brings you here tonight. Oh, why have you left one love gone crazy? Has she hurt like me? That's slam at the door. What brings you leave for good or just here tonight? Oh, why have you left one love gone crazy? Has she hurt like me? That's slam at the door. What brings you leave for good?
You are now tuned in to WCMP's Football Game of the Week. We now go live at the Gridiron.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast of high school football here on WCMP. I want to thank you for joining me, whether you're on 106.5 FM or AM 1350 or streaming this game live on WCMPradio.com. Of course, this game is audio only. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's game in North Branch at their beautiful turf field here tonight for this game. We actually have a couple of interviews tonight from both head coaches from Pine City and the head coach of North Branch, Justin Voss. So we'll hear a word from both of them. Let's get into the interview from the Pine City head coaches, Coach Fort and Coach Berger. Last year was your guys' first year together. This is going to be your second. Obviously, last year was extremely...
At this time.
Last year was your guys' first year together. This is going to be your second. Obviously, last year was extremely unique due to COVID, and it must have been kind of a little bit of a challenging year as well to kind of go around all of that. Talk about your first year together and what you may have learned from that.
Well, the word that comes to mind is we had to be extremely flexible and also understanding. A year ago at this time, we weren't going to have a season, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later, after kind of a mini camp, we had to prepare for a season. So last year, I just think of being flexible and understanding, and then learning each other's strengths and weaknesses, and just working out with each other and figuring out kind of our roles, our individual roles within that co-head experience.
Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve on each end, but our communication was very clear, and our expectations were very aware and very similar, so that was very nice. Our kids were very resilient. We threw a lot of different things at them throughout the season, and they just rolled with the punches every time, and we're very positive about their experience.
Yeah, I imagine that can't be easy for the players either. They have to, obviously finish their schoolwork, and they had to go about it a different way as well.
Yeah, each day was a new day, and we tried to reiterate that each and every single opportunity they did get is, hey, every day could be our last day, so let's make it our best day. And they were very impressive, being able to adapt to all the different changes that we threw at them, and still were able to function in a high-performing attitude and performance overall.
Well, let's shift gears to this year a little bit. Now, how many returning starters do you have on this team?
I think going through the roster and kind of looking at the names, there were about 14 guys that had started a game last year and filled a role for us. So there's a good chunk of kids coming back with some playing experience, kind of our philosophy. With 11 on each side of the ball, what that does is that creates depth for that following year, and so we're getting a chance to experience the consequence of that decision with those kids.
Yeah, offensively, we come back with about 5 what we so-called starters as of right now. But as Coach Berger alluded to, we had so many kids playing last year that whether you were a starter or a non-starter, the playing time was very much available for those that were ready for that level. So, plugging the next kid in was not a huge deal for us this year moving forward.
That's great. Now, is there anyone that you guys are kind of keeping an eye on, maybe someone that we should keep an eye on as well?
I think of our seniors right away when you say that. They are leaders of our team. They are extremely hard workers. They have high expectations for themselves as far as what they view as success. Just a couple of names. I think our backfield is very impressive, very skilled. Offensively up front, I think we're talented and they work well together, and they're learning to work together each and every single day up front. At the quarterback position, we're going to come out with a couple of seniors to start the season. Jimmy Lindblom and Dylan Peterson have both played extremely well, and throughout summer they've been battling. So offensively, that's what I view as our strength is probably our backfield, but I think our offensive line is going to impress some people.
Yeah, I guess on the defensive side of the ball, we got a lot of good depth up front with those linemen. But guy looking at our depth chart here that kind of jumps out, sophomore Tucker Kubish is going to get an opportunity to kind of contribute at the varsity level. Another guy that jumps out, Ed Heiler, both offensively and defensively on the line. But Jacob Lindahl and Tim Johnson will be your guys protecting the edge. And then in the middle, we call him Rhino, Ryan Plajic. He's one of our better defensive players.
All right, and Coach Ford, you kind of alluded to it. What are some of the things that you have seen from this team during summer workouts and maybe even that scrimmage last Saturday that you'll think this team will excel at on offense? And then, Coach Ford, for you, same question on defense.
Offensively for us, what we experienced last Saturday is how quick of a backfield we have. We call our 2, 3, and 4 backs, even considered that the fullback spot, like a Ryan Plajic or a Timmy Johnson, their quickness is pretty impressive. And what we learned last Saturday was we can only play as fast as our guys up front because those running backs are quick off the ball. They want to get to the point of execution very quickly. And what we learned last Saturday was if our offensive line is not quick enough, those running backs will beat them to the punch. So what we've been focusing on this week so far, and it's only been a day, but our goal this week is let's all play fast and play at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, and then on the defensive side of the ball, what was really fun last Saturday was a lot of kids got opportunities. That was so fun to watch. Kids getting in there and getting chances to show what they can do at the different spots. But we're going back to that. We're going to continue with that 3-5 look. We're going to get a little bit more aggressive on the attack mode. Last year we were kind of a bend, don't break. But this year with the amount of guys coming back, we can be a little bit more aggressive and start attacking those gaps. And so last week was just about showing coaches that you know what gap you got and you're flying through that gap. And they did a really nice job with that. We still got some stuff to work on, being a little bit lower while attacking those gaps. But our kids did a really nice job. Proud of them. And the tackling was pretty well as well.
All right, now shifting to Friday, your matchup against North Branch. It's been a while since these two teams have played each other. What is something that you're looking out for from the North Branch Vikings?
I think the interesting piece is that we both run the power T, and we both run very similar plays. So when it comes to a scouting standpoint, our kids see film and say, ooh, that looks like us. And so I think our kids are going to be very familiar with their offense. Defensively, they run a kind of a split 4-4 look, and so our kids are working against an even front all last Saturday, and we'll be working a lot against an even front this week. They're quick, they're physical. They have some playmakers in the inside backer spots. They also have some playmakers at the defensive end spots that we're going to have to make sure that we know where they're at and take care of business there. It won't be an easy task for us by no means, but our kids, I think, are very much up to the challenge.
Yeah, I think of their offense is very similar to ours, but we got some guys that we want. Keon, they got a running back coming back that likes to carry the ball. So there's some keys there, and then they got 2 guys on the offensive line returning that are movers. So we really got to be aware of where those 3 guys are lined up at all times.
Alrighty, sounds good. And then before I let you go, is there anything else either of you wanted to add?
We're just very proud of our kids, proud of our coaching staff as they prepared for the season. Last year, so much in limbo. This year, we were full steam ahead. We're pretty excited just to be on track and on time and having a season that doesn't look like it's going to be a shortened schedule and the unknown of playoffs. We're just super excited as co-head coaches to have the opportunity to coach such wonderful young men and look forward to this Friday and kicking things off.
Yeah, I'd also like to add just great to be a part of a great community, and just thank you to all those folks that came out to Pizza Pub last week and jumped in there and met some of our players. It was quite an honor to see the community come out and support those kids, and just excited to be able to maybe get back to the normalcy and see our fans out on the bleachers on Friday nights. So just excited for a new season, a new opportunity, and there's some wonderful kids that we're working with.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much once again for doing this with me. It is greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Ethan. Thanks.
And before we get too far into this broadcast, I want to make sure to mention that this is our WCMP football game of the week between the North Branch Vikings and the Pine City Dragons. And now we'll get to the interview with the North Branch head coach, Coach Justin Voss. Game Day Gilman with the head coach of the North Branch football team, Justin Voss. What year of head coaching are you going into as the North Branch football head coach? And talk a little bit about your experience as the head coach for North Branch.
Yeah, this is my fourth year, and it's been an awesome experience. And I think part of the reason it's been such an outstanding experience is just the people that I get to be around. You know, certainly my coaching staff has been extremely supportive, and I can literally lean on those guys for help. And as a new head coach, I'm still kind of new, I think. I'm learning so much. So it's nice to have those guys around to help support me. Our school community is fantastic. Teachers and admin and our activities director, they've all provided a level of support that just makes the job, I don't want to say easier, but I guess easier is the right word, because they take things off you and they're supporting you and helping you learn. So that's been great. And of course, our student athletes, I just have a tremendous amount of respect for those guys. They come out, they work hard, they believe in what we're doing. And as a new head coach, you ask those new guys to trust you and to believe in you, and they've done that. I really appreciate that, because it allows us to be connected and kind of keep moving together as a football family, which we talk a lot about family, and those guys have done a good job investing in that and making that meaningful. And of course, our families are great. You know, whenever we need anything, they're right there to step up, and they believe in what we're doing, and they support us. And so all those people around a football program, our community, our school district, our families, our students, our coaching staff, that all makes my job a lot easier, and I know I have that support. So as we go through different challenges and work through different things, we try to continue to grow our program. I know I have the backing of those people, and that feels fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure it's great to have a support system like that, especially as a head coach.
Say that one more time.
I said it must be great to have that kind of a support system behind you as a head coach.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, being a new head coach is only my fourth year. There's so much I'm learning, and I'm making mistakes along the way, no doubt. But to have that support there, and I have people behind me to pick me up if I make a mistake, and then help my learning. That's just incredible.
So my next question was, you kind of touched on it a little bit. How many returning starters do you have for this team this year?
Oh, that's a great question. We lost a really strong senior class last year that really led us through some, that COVID year, it requires some good leadership. Those guys stepped up, which we're so thankful for. I'm going to say there's probably a handful of guys, maybe 6 or 7 starters on offense and defense that will return for us this year. It's kind of split half and half.
Okay, so kind of a half and half there.
Yep.
So how many seniors do you have on this squad this year?
This year's senior crew is right around 19 seniors, which is we're thankful for that number. And a lot of guys who hadn't played or played before are coming back up their senior year, which I think is just fantastic. High school is about experiences, certainly, and to have guys that hadn't played in a while want to come back out and kind of finish their senior year playing football for North Branch, I think that's an awesome thing. So we're glad those guys came back out, and hopefully that kind of helped shape their high school experience as they transition out of North Branch into their next part of their life.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after coming off of a year like last year, like you mentioned, that was just so tough.
Right.
It's nice to have those seniors back.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we rely on our seniors so much. They are our leaders. We have captains, of course, and those guys certainly lead. But we tell our seniors, you guys are our leaders. This is your program right now, and all the things you do and the commitment you put into it and the things you invest in are going to shape how this season goes. And we have a strong senior crew, and I'm really excited what they've done thus far this season with leadership and being positive and putting forth the effort. So I'm excited to see how the season plays out with these guys leading.
Absolutely. What is something that you've seen from both sides of the ball, offense and defense, that you think this team will excel at?
Yeah, great question. I think this is our fourth year, like I talked about earlier, as me as a head coach. We changed things up from the previous head coach, and I think there's more knowledge and maturity around what we're doing on offense and defense, and I'm seeing that. I think we're able to advance a little quicker into what we're doing with the different schemes we have, and we're seeing our guys execute and have a higher level understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, and that's really fun to see, and it allows us as coaches to kind of advance ourselves and provide them other things they can work on as we progress. So, offensively, I think I'm optimistic about the offensive line. Our offensive line, like we tell the guys, is our key to our success. They have to be solid in order for us to have success. Run the football a lot. That's no secret to anybody. So, our offensive line have to play well and have to have that mindset that they are such an important part of what we do. And I think they believe it. So, I'm excited to see what our offensive line does and how we can utilize them to put us in really strong spots on the offensive side. And then defensively, we try to be very aggressive. That's kind of our philosophy, is be aggressive, and we're trying to get put our guys in spots where they can play fast. So I think this year, I want to make sure that continues to be a focus throughout the entire season, is making sure we're aggressive in situations or playing fast. And part of playing fast is keeping things simple. So we try to keep ourselves as simple as possible so guys go out there and use their instincts and play fast and be aggressive. So I'm hoping that this year we'll see that on the defensive side, that fast, aggressive play. And like I said, for offense, we're really excited to see what we can do with the offensive line kind of leading the charge on the offensive side. And even special teams, we look at special teams such an important part, and for us that special teams is our momentum changer. We utilize those guys as a way for us to either continue that momentum and grow it or to regain it back. And we put a lot of emphasis on that each day at practice to make sure that that's a solid part of our game. We're hoping that they can produce for us this year, and when we need a momentum shift, they can provide that spark for us.
Sounds good. You mentioned instincts a little bit there, and momentum. That can play such a huge part, not only in the game, but the players themselves. Yeah,
exactly. There's so much that happens during the course of a football game, and we prepare them the best we can to make sure they know their opponent and what kind of things we'll see out there. But we can't plan for it all, and if we try to plan for it all, we plan for very little because of the amount of time we give each part of our opponent's offense and defense special teams. We try to plan for their top stuff, but we tell our guys there's going to be different things they throw at you. So we're asking you guys to be athletes, use your instincts, and go play football. And we hope that over the course of our practices and the repetition we give our young men, that they're able to develop those instincts and go and play football and make decisions that they think are best in that moment on the football field. And we have faith in our guys and confidence they'll do that. And that's kind of part of football. So we hope that we're developing that so they can go play football and use those instincts to have that success.
Right. Now, you mentioned these seniors, the 19 of them that you have, and some of the returning starters. Who is someone, or maybe there's a couple of guys we should watch out for this year?
It's a great question. I'm not going to probably give the answer you want to hear, Ethan, so I apologize. But I think really as a whole senior class, and you can look at the roster and you'll see them on the field they're playing, we're excited about the guys on our senior class. A lot of them are returning guys, and we're asking them to step up. And our hope is that they do that. This is kind of their moment. As seniors, they've worked from young tykes all the way to this year, and we're asking our seniors to step up in big moments and take on maybe new roles that they haven't played before, and to excel at them. So I hate to give a name because I think as a whole group they're very special, and I want to acknowledge all of them, all 19 of them, and I'm excited to see how they step up this year. Whether they play a ton, and some will play both ways the whole time, and some will play very little or just get minutes here and there, they all have a role and a place on our team, and that value they bring is so important to our program because it helps us grow and get better. So, Ethan, I apologize. I'm probably not going to give you any names, but I think overall our senior crew continues to be a team, a group of guys that we rely on, and we hope they step up during our games on Fridays. And I know they will.
That's all right. I appreciate that. And now kind of switching to Friday, you play a team that North Branch hasn't played since about 2004. What is something that you are looking for from Pine City on Friday night?
Pine City. I don't know. I'm kind of new to this area, but Pine City, from my knowledge, that's a tough bunch of athletes up there. They really are, and they have quality sports up there, and they compete. And so I'm really when we play them on Friday, they're going to come out very competitive and very hungry for that win. There's no doubt about it. And I think the proximity of where we're located also kind of intensifies the game a little bit, which is going to be exciting. So I know that for Pine City, they're going to come out and they're going to be aggressive and play some hard-nosed football. And we have to make sure we're ready to match that. We're ready to match that at our home field. They're going to come out hungry. So our job is to make sure we match that intensity that Pine City will no doubt bring, and then make sure we take care of the football. I know that's a kind of a common theme that everybody says, but it is a fact that the ball is a program. So if we can take care of the football and limit our mistakes versus a good Pine City team, I think we'll be in a good spot, hopefully, to come away with a win. But like I said, we have to match their intensity. They're a competitive group of athletes up there, so our job is to make sure that we respond and match that so we're able to come away with a W at the end of the night on Friday.
All right, sounds good. And then last one before I let you go, is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I think the one thing that we've tried to focus on as a football program, besides the X's and O's, is just as a program creating that family culture and an environment. That's so important for us. When we look at our program, I felt like when I took over, I didn't have a strong foundation. And then we last year brought in this family mantra. It's been used by, plethora of coaches. It's nothing I created, certainly. But we really wanted to focus on that because we felt like if we could have that be the foundation of our program, family, who we are, we're a family, that will get our guys to further invest in it. And there's more accountability that's created with that word. And we hope also, too, it's more welcoming to people. They want to be a part of it because it's something unique and special. And our guys have just done a great job of investing in family and what that means. And for us, family equals love, and how we show our love is by sacrificing. So it's been so fun to see young people step up and believe in something kind of bigger than themselves and invest in it, and then have that displayed throughout practice and our scrimmage last week. Those are just fun things that I think are beyond the X's and O's that are really important for certainly myself, I think for all coaches, to make sure we're teaching the young people in our program those other intangibles that are really important for them to have as they kind of learn new life skills, and they kind of build that toolbox up for when they do leave high school, they go into the real world, whether it be college or a job or relationships. We want to make sure that we do other things that help prepare them. And I think this family foundation has really provide that for us, and it's been fun to see the young people in our program kind of rise up and sacrifice for each other. So I think that's kind of what I want to leave you with, just because I think that's important that we talk about those things as well. Outside of football, there's some really great things happening, not just within our program, but all the programs around the area and the teams we play up north. A lot of coaches are doing really great things besides for X's and O's that really enhance the program and experience.
Well, family, I love that mantra because a lot of times it's a brotherhood, kind of like you mentioned, and for some of these guys, it is kind of like it's part of their family.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. That's what we want it to be. We're not trying to replace their current family, certainly, but we're trying to extend it and have some of those values be a part of it, and teach them really quality things along the way. And we certainly have a lot of way to go as far as how I'm implementing it and making sure we're growing that. I just love how the guys have so far invested in it, too, and hopefully we can keep doing that throughout the year.
If there's nothing else you want to add, I appreciate you taking this time to do this interview with me.
Yeah, thanks, Ethan. I appreciate the time.
All right, that was the interview with head coach Justin Voss of the North Branch Vikings. As you can hear on the PA system, that is WCMP's very own morning show host, Joshua Miron. Looking at your starting lineups here tonight for the Pine City Dragons on defense, it'll be number 78, Matthew Johnson at nose tackle, number 76, Tucker Kubish, and number 66, Fred Osmus at the other defensive tackle. Then your linebackers are number 27, Ryan Plajek, number 52, Nick Plajek, number 57, Gavin Rockstro, number 29, Jacob Lindahl, number 8, Timmy Johnson. At the cornerback, it'll be number 4, Jason Thiemann, and number 5, Brody Clark. Then at safety, it will be number 1, Dylan Peterson. Starting on offense for the North Branch Vikings, it will be tight end number 84, senior Jackson Markuson. A junior will be at tackle, number 62, Tyler Schneidwind. Senior at guard, number 55, Aiden Dufek. Senior at center, number 52, Isaiah Stokes. Another senior at guard, number 77, Cole Olson. A sophomore at tackle, number 74, Jacob Teagan. A junior at tight end, 89, Adam Johnstone. Two seniors at running back, Ashton LaBelle, number 31, and number 47, Sam Sonic. A junior at fullback, number 14, Sam Robillard. And a senior quarterback, number 9, Andrew Thawold. We are getting set for kickoff here. Pine City will start by kicking it off here. And Pine City has elected to defer today. So we will see them on defense first, as is given by the defensive starting lineups. And we are just about set to go in this one. Again, thank you for joining in on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP. Back deep to return is Vinny Bolk, Logan Kroll and Ryan Day. Ryan O'Day is back there. He's going to let it go out of bounds. That's going to be a flag, and that should bring it up to the 35, I believe it is, in high school. So the kick out of bounds at about the 18-yard line is going to bring it up to the 35, and that's where the Vikings offense will start. Ethan Game Gilman on the call for you here tonight. Vikings on offense first, and we're sitting at around 61 degrees. The mist that has been around since around noon has kind of faded itself off, so we are set for this one. Under center, takes a snap, gives it off, a run on the left side. He makes a man miss, makes another man miss, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and he'll be taken down at the 38-yard line. On the carry there is number 31. That is Ashton LaBelle. Ashton LaBelle on the carry off the left side. He made a cutback, then made a couple defenders miss before he was dragged down. Actually placed him at the 37. So a nice run there from Ashton LaBelle to begin this game. And they are in Dragon territory after one play. Takes snap, fumbles the snap, and the ball's still loose on the ground. Let's see who has it. This might be Dragon ball. It is! The Dragons will get the ball on a fumbled snap. Andrew Thawold couldn't hold on to it. It's going to be slippery out there tonight as I mentioned, the mist has been falling nearly all day, and the snap was fumbled, and now the Dragons will come out on offense. So the Dragons come out on offense. Dragons under center now. Takes the snap, hands it off to the left side, trying to get through that first initial wave. The ball is out again. It looks like it's going to stay with the Dragons, though, that handoff from Jimmy Lindblom. You can't quite see who carried the ball on that one. Fumble on the play, though. No gain on the play. And it'll make it 2nd down and 10 at their own 38-yard line. So the Dragons, after getting the ball for their offense on a fumble it themselves on the first play from scrimmage on offense, but they keep possession of it, so no harm, no foul there. 2nd down and 10, Lindblom under center. Oh, and then we got someone who jumped off sides, but the guard for the Dragons then jumped, so we'll see who they get on this one. I think it might be on the Dragons, but we'll see. Vikings pointing. Nope, it's going to be on the Vikings. So a good job there by the Dragons guard to move when he saw the Vikings D-tackle move, and that'll give them a free 5 yards. That's a heads-up play there by the Dragons. They get a free 5 yards.
Start the clock.
And it'll be 2nd down and about 5 for the Dragons. So 2nd down and 5 on the 43. Lindblom takes a snap, He'll hand it off. A handoff way outside, and it gets away from the running back. Lindblom has to pick it up off the bounce off the turf. He gets taken down. Maybe a loss of 1. Back to the 42. That ball is quite slippery. Actually, it's a no gain on that one. Or excuse me, it is no gain. I apologize. He'll actually lose about 4. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Dragons at their own 38. So we've seen already 3 fumbles, 2 by the Dragons and 1 by the North Branch Vikings. Lindblom will keep it, and he's going to be taken down. A loss of 3 all the way back to the 35. No chance for him to get anywhere. And the Dragons will face 4th and about 12. So 4th and 12 coming up for the Dragons, and they will look to punt. Punter takes the snap. The punt is away and back to return. That is number 37. That's Vinny Bolke. Bolke, he watches it go in between his legs. It'll roll to about the 28-yard line, and that is where the Vikings will start on offense. The punt there from number 29, Jacob Lindahl. Well, the Vikings back on offense now. And they'll start from their own 28. Good punt there from Lindahl just to switch field position here for the Dragons. Actually, they'll officially place the ball at the 27. So the ball must have gotten an extra little roll. Power T formation for the Vikings. Under center is Thauold. He hands it off on the right side to number 47, and that is Sam Sonic. Off the right side, he'll pick up about 7 yards, make it 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard carry from Sonic. Kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog. He's about as fast, but spelt a little differently. It's S-O-N-N-E-K. And the Vikings face 2nd and 3. Thauold under center, takes the snap, hands it off on the up the middle. Excuse me, they fake me out up to the 50 before he's taken down. And a good tackle there by Timmy Johnson, the linebacker. But Romillard on the carry, a 1st down carry, and the ball is now on the Dragons' 48-yard line. 8:35 left to go in the first quarter. No score between these two teams in our WCMP game of the week. Power T formation, Thauold under center. Thauold hands it off to Sonic. Sonic off the right side. He'll pick up about 2, and that'll be all before he's taken down by a whole host of Dragon defenders.
Gain of 2.
2nd down and 8 for the Vikings on the Dragons' 46-yard line. Thauold gets the call from the sideline. He'll bring it back into the huddle. Breaks the huddle, and he'll get up to the line with 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. But we're going to get, I believe we're going to get a referee's timeout. Oh, a strap is loose on a helmet for the Dragons on defense. One of his teammates helping him out. That looks like it's number, can't see the number, maybe 52. I know there's a 2 on there, so Nick Plajek must have had his strap loose. They want to make sure that everyone is safe out there. Good call by the refs, and we'll get back to action. 2nd and 7, or 2nd and 8, I apologize. Thauold under center. Thauold takes the snap. Hands it off the left side here. The give that time to Ashton LaBelle. Ashton LaBelle breaks a couple tackles and then spins around and falls to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 4. That'll make it 3rd and 4.
LaBelle on the carry. Gain of 4.
So 3rd and 4 for the North Branch Vikings. In the Dragons side of the field. No score. Thauold under center. Thauold Tries to get the defense to jump there. Oh, they tried to get back onside before the snap, but that is going to be a free 5 yards for the North Branch Vikings, and that'll be an automatic first down. So Thauwold gave them the hard count, and that'll be a free first down for the Vikings as it is a 5-yard penalty on 3rd and 4. So it'll bring the ball to the Dragons' 37-yard line. And the Vikings will go right back up to the line of scrimmage. They already have their play that they called. They're going to stick with it. 7 minutes left to go. Thauwold hands it off the left side to LaBelle. LaBelle has some blocking in front of him. He's got a lane. He trips up, but he's to the 15. And that's where he'll go down before he's taken down by a Dragon defender. The Dragon defender that stops him is number 8, Timmy Johnson, on the tackle. And he'll actually be placed at the 13-yard line. So down to the 13 from the 37. Gain of 24 on the play for Ashton LaBelle. And the Vikings are in the red zone now. Vikings take the snap, give to Ashton LaBelle again, but this time the Dragon defense is there, and they stop him in the backfield. No gain. So ball will still be at the 13-yard line. No gain on the give to Ashton LaBelle. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the North Branch Vikings. Give credit to the front 3 of the Dragons there. Getting in the backfield, pushing their way past the Vikings 5. And here we go on 2nd down and 10. That give again is to, no, they fake it, and Thauwold will keep it. Thauwold to the sideline, to the 2, and that's where he's taken out of bounds. Excuse me, Dylan Peterson will take him down out of bounds, but that is going to be enough for a first down on the keeper from Thauwold. Gain of 10. First down and goal from the 2 for the North Branch Vikings, and they're knocking on the doorstep of getting the first points of the game here tonight. Ball on the 2. Thauwold gained 10 on the fake give to Ashton LaBelle. He took it off the left side. Thauwold under center. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to LaBelle. LaBelle off the left side. He's into the end zone untouched. And LaBelle will score from 2 yards out. Touchdown for the North Branch Vikings. Ashton LaBelle on the score. And he makes it 6-0 in favor of North Branch. Untouched into the end zone off the left side. Just beautiful blocking by the line. And it's 6-0. The scoreboard operator has it for the Dragons, but definitely needs to go on the side of the Vikings. They're lined up to go for 2. Thauwold under center. Takes the snap. He'll give to Ashton LaBelle again. Ashton LaBelle has a good push, and he's in for 2. Ashton LaBelle with the carry for the touchdown and the carry for the 2-point conversion. And the Vikings have the lead over the Pine City Dragons, 8-0 with 5:54 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Football.
Summer is winding down, but you're likely busier than ever. At Aquarius Home Services, your local authorized Connecticut dealer, it's about making life easier, better, with great water. Whether it's city or well, say goodbye to hard water and orange rust stains. Enjoy spotless dishes, fluffy laundry, and purified drinking water, all by using zero electricity and on-demand efficiency. At Aquarius, our goal is to always provide amazing service and earn the right to be recommended. Schedule your free water analysis today at ConnecticutMN.com.
Lake State Repair in Rush City performs all types of repairs and maintenance services for your truck and trailers, including Class 8 trucks and trailers. When looking for a local company with friendly staff that goes above and beyond to help you, it's going to be Lake State Repair in Rush City. They also can do your annual DOT inspections. So what are you waiting for? Get that repair done with Lake State Repair. Call them at 320-358-3195. Like them on Facebook today, Lake State Repair.
And welcome back. Vikings take the lead 8-0 off a Ashton LaBelle rushing touchdown. Back deep to return will be Jacob Lindahl, number 29. And the kick is Isaiah Stokes for North Branch. Stokes, he'll kick it. It'll bounce at the 35, roll to the 30, and the Dragons will let that one go out of bounds. Looking at it as it rolls out of bounds was Jason Thiemann. It was dangerous, though. That one was nearly recovered by the Vikings. They got down there quick as it rolled out of bounds. They were about a step or two away from recovering that one and taking it back on offense, but luckily it rolls out of bounds, and the Dragons will take over on the 35-yard line on their own side. Jimmy Lindblom will lead the team back out there. Gets the call from the sideline, brings it back to the huddle. Lindblom under center, gives it off up the middle, and that is Jimmy Johnson on the carry. Johnson will get it to the 40 and a half yard line. Call it a game of 6, and that'll bring up second down and 4. So second down and 4 now for the Dragons after the 6-yard carry from running back Timmy Johnson. And they'll get back to the line. Lindblom under center, he gives it off. This time to number 5, he's got some room to run. He's carrying the pile near the first down marker before he's taken down. And on the carry, that's Brody Clark. Brody Clark. And that is going to be enough for a first down, gain of 4, and a first down carry there from Brody Clark. And we get a couple substitutions here for the Dragons. We'll get a substitution on defense as well. Dragons will break the huddle, get it to the line at the 45-yard line. Lindblom takes a snap. He'll hand it off to the right. No, he's going to keep it. He tries to bounce it out to the outside. He's got some room to run to the 50. Makes a man miss at the 52, or 48, excuse me. And then he grinds his way all the way up to the Vikings' 42-yard line. Actually, I think they're going to... Actually, that is Dylan Peterson on the carry this time. And he's to the 42. First down gain. Peterson will stay out there. So again, Peterson on the carry. Gain of 13 on that last play from Peterson. Peterson under center. He got the defense to jump, and that's another free 5 yards for the Dragons. Good job there by Dylan Peterson. So Dylan Peterson uses the hard count on the Vikings, much like Thawald did to the Dragons. And it's a free 5 yards. And Peterson gets his men to the line quickly. Under center, it's a fake. It's a give one way and then fake the other. And they're going to be close. And that will be a gain of 6 and a first down. A running back on that carry. Waiting for him to turn so I can maybe see the number. Plajek on the carry. Gain of 6, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Dragons at the 32, maybe 31 of the North Branch Vikings. 3:40 left in the first quarter. Dragons trail 8-0, but are in Viking territory, and yep, I saw it too. It's going to be a false start on the Dragons. The right side moved just a little bit early, and that penalty is going to go on Brody Clark. So set him back 5 yards on the false start penalty. That'll move it back to the 36-yard line. And it'll be first down and 15 instead of first and 10 for the Dragons. Dylan Peterson gets his men up to the line. Takes the snap. It's a fumbled snap, and there's a pile of bodies on top of it. Let's see who they give it to. It looked like North Branch may have gotten on top of it, but we'll see. Dragons saying they have it, and they do. So fumble on the snap. I think Peterson might have got confused because, again, it looked like the Dragons could have been called for a false start. It looked like they moved just a little bit early And Peterson will get the play call from the sideline as Riley Cummings checks into the game with the play. They get the play, break the huddle, and it's 2nd and 15 for the Dragons on their Vikings 36-yard line. Fakes the give. He'll roll out to his right, trying to make a defender miss, and he's sacked all the way back at the 43-yard line. Peterson looking for anyone he could find down the field, but he didn't have anyone in time. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long from the 43-yard line. Schneidwin on the sack. And it's 3rd down and long. Third down and long now for the Pine City Dragons. Dylan Peterson gets his team up to the line. You want to gain at least half it back. Fumbled snap once again. Peterson. Let's see. Will they keep possession of it? They will. Back to the 45. They'll lose 2, and it'll be 4th and a mile. So 4th down, and seemingly forever. After their 3rd fumble on the evening. Jacob Lindahl will punt it away. Lindahl with the punt. It is away. It's going to bounce at the 30, roll to the 25, roll to close to the 20, call it the 21, where they'll officially place it.
Vikings will have it 1st and 10 in their own 21.
And we'll take a quick commercial break.
Minnesota, it's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani, online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Welcome back. Thewald gives it off to Sonic off the right side, carrying a defender, and he'll push forward for a couple of extra yards to the 31.5-yard line. Call it the 32. And that's a good gain there. Or excuse me, the 27. Well, that's a carry of about 6 yards for Sonic. And it'll be 2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings on offense. It's their 3rd possession. This give off the right side. And I couldn't tell who had it as they had a couple nice fakes in there. This one will go to Sam Robillard, the fullback. And he gets that one all the way up to the 43-yard line. 16 yards on the carry for Robillard. And it's another North Branch Vikings 1st down. Thewald under center. He'll give it up the middle, and he's met by a couple of Dragons, but he spins away, and he'll be able to fall forward, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it for the carry. And that is going to be it for the first quarter of play. The North Branch Vikings have the lead 8-0 over the Pine City Dragons. And when we come back, they'll have the ball on the 43-yard line in their own territory. You're listening to the Game of the Week.
When something is important to you, you'll do anything to make sure it's protected. You want someone you know, someone you trust to help you take care of it. That's why you need to work with Pine Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. With over 50 years combined experience, let the experts at Pine Insurance Agency help you protect what's important. Whether it's your home, car, farm, insurance, or loved ones, call them today to set up a free, no-obligation quote. Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Pine Insurance Agency, located in a Northridge Center in Pine City.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Getting set for the second quarter of play. Dragons trail 8-0 to the North Branch Vikings. Over on our sister station, KBEK Nice 95.5. We have the KBEK game of the week between Cambridge Isani and Elk River. Right now, Elk River currently holds a 14-0 lead. But again, there's something about sports that you just gotta love, and that's no matter how far a team is down, you're never out of it. I mean, I don't mean to reference the 3-1 comebacks, but the Patriots were down 28-3, came back and won the Super Bowl, so never out of it. Thorwald under center. He'll give it off this time. No, he'll actually keep it good fake to the 45. He tries to make a man miss at the 40, but he's pushed out of bounds. And pushed out of bounds by Dylan Peterson. Peterson will push him out at the 37-yard line. Officially spotting the ball, yes, at the 37. First down for the North Branch Vikings on the Thorwald keeper. I will check into the game with tight end Jackson Markison. Thorwald under center. Thorwald takes the snap. He gives it to LaBelle. LaBelle off the left side. He puts his hand in the back of his fullback, and he's taken down by Brody Clark. And gain of, we'll call it 4. And that'll be second down and 6. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. So second and 6 for the North Branch Vikings as Thorwald brings his team up to the line. Thorwald takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the fullback. That's number 44 this time. And, 14. That's Sam Robillard. And he goes nowhere. In fact, I think he's going to actually be called for a loss of a couple. And that'll make it third down and 8. So third and 8 for the North Branch Vikings. Robillard will check out. And the Dragons defense gets set for this third and long play from the Vikings. Robillard, he'll take the snap. He'll give it off this time to, I believe that is, let's see the number there. That is number 16 this time on the carry. And number 16, that is Ryan O'Day. Ryan O'Day is going to get enough for the first down. So Ryan O'Day on the carry gets enough for the first down. And Vikings will have it first and 10 from the Dragons' 27-yard line. 9:50 left to go in the first half. Thorwald under center. He'll give it to O'Day again. O'Day up the middle. He makes a man miss at the 25, down to the 20, to the 15. And that's where he's taken down, and that'll be another Vikings first down. Ryan O'Day gets the carry on the right side, but he cuts it back up the middle and then just had a wide open lane to run through. O'Day will come back to the sideline here after the first down carry. Vikings first and 10 from the Dragon 15-yard line. Dragons defense looking to bend but not break here. With the carry, that is Ashton LaBelle. He makes a man miss at the 2 to the end zone. Touchdown. And that'll make it 14-0. 14-0 is the score. as Ashton LaBelle will get his second touchdown of the evening, this one from 15 yards out. And they'll line up to go for two. Thawald hands it off, and he gives it to Sonic. No, another nice fake from Thawald as he'll take it into the end zone himself. And it's 16-0. Vikings with the lead, and 9:17 left to go in this second quarter. Dragons trail by 16. You're listening to Football.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health is the leading provider of healthcare in East Central Minnesota, offering services to Mora, Pine City, Hinckley, and the surrounding communities. We have the always welcoming care you've come to expect close to home, with cutting-edge technology and multitude of specialty services, so you can receive the medical care you need when you need it. Live life well with Wellia Health. WelliaHealth.org.
16-0 the lead for the North Branch Vikings on a 15-yard rushing touchdown from Ashton LaBelle. 9:17 left to go in the first half as Isaiah Stokes gets set to kick it off. As Jacob Lindahl back to return, it's going to be an onside kick. The Dragons will recover and go down at the 50-yard line. Recovery made by number 43. And that is Ricky Klepper. Ricky Klepper, a sophomore for the Dragons. That'll bring their offense out. Both of these offenses run that power T formation. Looks like I'll wait for them to officially get back out on the field, but at this point it looks like it is Jimmy Lindblom who is back under center for this drive. So Lindblom under center. Here's the give on the right side to Jacob Lindahl. Lindahl to the 50, then he's met by a host of Viking defenders. He'll bring it up to the 49. A gain of 1, and second down and 9 coming up for the Dragons. Now officially on the Viking side of the field after that 1-yard push. And bringing in the play, that is Riley Cummings, a junior. Lindblom is out the call on offense. Brings his team to the line. Lindblom takes the snap. He'll hand it off up the middle. And with a wide open lane to run through, he gets it to the 45 to the 44. And on the carry, that is Lindahl. Lindahl had a quick lane to run through, and then it quickly closed up there by the Vikings. And correction, it was Ryan Plajek on the carry. So third down and 4. Takes a snap. And Bloom gives it up. That's Plajek again, and he gets it down to the 36, and that's enough for a Dragons first down. A nice run there from Plajek, a nice fake by the Dragons offense to catch the Vikings off guard and get enough for the first down. Trying to march their way deep into Vikings territory, where last time they were able to. And then a couple of backwards plays force them into the 4th and long. And Bloom takes a snap. He rolls out to his right. He slips, and that's where he'll go down. Ball is out, though. Ball is out, and no, the far referee says no, it's an incomplete pass.
Oh, they will say it's an incomplete pass.
So an incompletion there from Jimmy Lindblom.
And that'll keep it at 2nd and 10.
So Lindblom, he slipped as he tried to cut it back upfield and maybe take a step and throw it deep.
Otherwise, go to WCMPradio.com.
But unfortunately, just slipped on the play, and that's what helped give the Viking defenders time to get to him to get the sack. Well, not a sack, an incompletion, as they officially called it an incomplete pass. That the head official today called it the incompletion. And we've got a bunch of movement. I don't know who moved first. We've got a bunch of movement. This could go either way. And they're going to get it on the Vikings. So offsides on the North Branch Vikings. That'll move it 5 yards down the field for the Dragons. And it will be spotted at the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 5 for the Dragons. Anything helps when you're on offense. And it's not that the Dragons offense hasn't been able to move the ball this evening. They have. It's just that North Branch has been able to stiffen their defense once the Dragons get past that 30-yard line. And a bit of unfortunate circumstances here, too, for the Dragons, as they have had a couple of times where a fumble or a sack has occurred. And now a false start on the Dragons. And that false start penalty will go on Zach Watts, a sophomore left tackle for the Dragons. So it was 2nd and 5, and now make it 2nd down and 10 after back-to-back penalties and offsides from North Branch and a false start from the Dragons. Dragons break the huddle and get to the line. Lindblom under center. Gives it up the middle to Plajek. He has nowhere to go as he's met by a host of Viking defenders. He threw him down after the whistle. That's going to be a flag. That'll be an automatic 1st down. And, yeah, you can't do that. That's a WWE move, and they will not let you do that, as that is considered unsafe. And that's going to go on Sonic. Sam Sonic with the personal foul. That sometimes can spell either frustration or you're just playing really hard. But that one, can't do that. Can't throw them after the whistle. And unfortunately, that's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Dragons to the 21-yard line. And Dragons will have it. 1st down and 10 just outside of the red zone. Lindblom under center. He fakes it. He rolls out to his right. It looks like it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He breaks one tackle at the 20. He pits past the 15 to the 14-yard line is where they'll spot him down. A 7-yard carry for Jimmy Lindblom. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Pine City Dragons. Lindblom with a lot of room to run on that right side. Then he broke a tackle, lowered the shoulder, plowed forward for an extra yard or two. And the Dragons have found a bit of a rhythm here after a couple of penalties. That's now 3 on the night for them. And the Dragons get back to the line of scrimmage. Lindblom will have it handed off up the middle. And I believe that looks like Plajek on the carry once again. Plajek will go nowhere on that one as he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And that'll make it 3rd down and 3 for Pine City inside the red zone at the 14-yard line of North Branch. This is a big opportunity here for the Dragons to get on the scoreboard with 5.5 minutes left to go in this first half, down 16-0. If you can get a touchdown here, you'll cut into that lead, and that'll definitely help your defense. And, yep, the tight end, or the lineman on the right side this time, is going to get the false start penalty, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 8. That's unfortunate. You get up to a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and manageable, and now you back yourselves up to 3rd and 8. And that penalty, again, goes on Zach Watts. Their 2nd false start penalty of the evening, 2nd of the drive as well. Only 2 penalties for the Dragons, 3 for the North Branch Vikings tonight. Lindblom under center. Lindblom takes the snap, fakes. He's got a lot of pressure. He tries to get it off there to, I believe that is Plajek. And it's incomplete, falls short as he was facing a ton of pressure. And it'll bring up 4th down and 8 from the 19-yard line. 4th down and 8, and I would assume the Dragons are going to go for it here. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. North Branch Vikings lead 16-0. Looking to hold strong here. Dragons getting the call in the huddle. And they're going to have to call a timeout as they were about 5 seconds away from getting a delay of game penalty. And they will take the timeout before that happens. So while they take a timeout, we'll take this time to hear a word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to WCMP's Game of the Week on 106.5 FM, AM 1350.
Did you know that Franzen Bank and Trust is a Minnesota-owned company? And they're one of the largest community banks around. That's a great combination. As a community bank, they're dedicated to their customers and the communities they serve. You might say they're big enough to help, small enough to care. Last March, they provided $20,000 in grants to 6 different Minnesota communities. They also processed well over 1,700 PPP loans, allowing local small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll during the pandemic. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
4th down and 8 for the Pine City Dragons at the Vikings 19-yard line. Lindblom under center. He'll give it out to the outside. He'll keep it himself, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss of 3. Back at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Vikings offense will take over. Lindblom looked to keep it there as he had all 3 running backs in front of him looking for blocks, but the Vikings do a good job to kind of weave their way through there and are able to make the tackle from behind, by the way. And that'll turn it over on downs. They'll officially spot the ball at the 21-yard line. That's where, again, the Vikings offense, led by Thawald, will head out on the field. Thawald, he'll hand it off. It's to LaBelle. LaBelle on the left side of the field. He's got some room to run to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Pushes his way forward down to the 44, 43-yard line. And that is a gain of 20. Oh, they're going to spot the ball way back. They're going to spot the ball at the 42-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 21 on the play by Ashton LaBelle. And it's 1st down and 10 at the 42. Or, yes, 42, I apologize. Thawald under center. Takes the snap. He'll give it this time to Sonic. Sonic on the right side. He's got a lane up the middle. He cuts it back. He's to the 50, grinding his way, pushing himself as he's turned backwards. He uses those legs to drive himself forward near the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 9 by Sam Sonic. Sonic cut it back into the hole. He got spun around and then pushed his way, what would have been backwards for him, for a 9-yard gain. And now the ball spotted on the Dragons 49. 2nd down and 1. .350 to go here in the first half. Thawald under center. He gives it off, and yeah, there was movement up front. I'm not sure who moved first, though. Sonic was going to have the carry. And they're going to call false start on the Vikings. That's their 4th penalty here of the first half. Fumbles on the night are 3-1. Dragons have 3. North Branch has 1. And turnovers, the Vikings had that fumble that was recovered by the Dragons on the first drive of the night and get another whistle as it was second down, I apologize, and 6. And the game clock will move to 3:15. And then the referee will start it. There's the whistle to start. 2nd and 6 for the North Branch Vikings on the 46-yard line. Thorold will hand it off to Sonic again up the middle, grinding his way forward. He falls down near the 50. I think the ball will officially be placed at the 49. 3rd down and 3 for the North Branch Vikings, leading 16-0 over the Pine City Dragons with 2:45 left to go in the first half. Thorold will break the huddle quickly, and they'll be up to the line of scrimmage for this 3rd and 3. Thorold under center. He takes the snap. He'll give it to Ashton LaBelle off the left side. He's got a lane to run through. He's got the first down, and he'll grind his way to the 44, 43-yard line in Pine City territory, and that's a first down. A gain of 8 yards for Ashton LaBelle. And the Vikings are back in Dragon territory, looking to extend this 16-0 lead before half. They got under 2.5 to do it. Thorold back to the line. He'll take the snap, give it off, this time to Sonic. Actually, he'll keep it. Again, they keep faking me out. They have done a great job tonight of the fakes. He made a defender slip and miss before Thorold is taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 10, and that's going to be a Vikings first down. First down run by Thorold is good enough for another first down to the 33. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And we get a whistle. And they need the game clock to go all the way down to 1:47. As the game clock did not start right away. And Thorold back to the line. He'll give it off to Ashton LaBelle off the left side. Tripped up at the 25. There's going to be a flag thrown at the 30. Another one at the 28. He got it up to the 25-yard line and almost enough for a first down, but 2 flags on the field, and we'll see who this one will go against. It looks like it's going to go on the Vikings as they're backing up the offense. It's going to be holding on the play. Holding by the Vikings will back them up all the way to the 39-yard line. And that'll be first and 16, 1st and 15. And North Branch is going to call their first timeout of the half. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a quick break as well. You're listening to Football on WCMP.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
1st and 15, as they'll actually move the ball a couple of yards back to the 41. And Thorold will hand it off. Good fakes, and it's up the middle to the fullback, Sam Robillard. And he'll pick up about 3. And it'll be 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. Thold under center. Gives this time to LaBelle, and LaBelle quickly hit after he took the carry, but he spins forward, and he'll actually pick up a yard. So at least he did not get taken down for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down and about 14 for the Vikings. 45 seconds left. Thold under center. Thold takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. He looks to pass. He's got a man wide open. That's Ashton LaBelle at the 15. He dropped it. Ashton LaBelle dropped it. And Ashton LaBelle at the 15. He dropped it. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 14. So 4th and 14 from the 40. And the Vikings will go for it. Thold under center. He fakes the give. They're going to pass again, looking for that same play. It's Ashton LaBelle, and it's knocked down this time by number 4, Jason Thiemann. He read that one all the way. And Jason Thiemann, he knew that play was coming, and the Vikings tried to sneak one past the Dragons. Run that same play. And it'll be turnover on downs. And the Dragons will have it with 35 seconds left at their own 37-yard line. So they'll have 37 seconds to get down the field. That's Peterson now in the game. He hands it off to the outside to Timmy Johnson. Timmy Johnson, they're going to say he got taken down in bounds. He's pushed out at the 41. Gain of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6, 10 seconds left. Peterson, he'll hand it off again to Timmy Johnson. Timmy Johnson off the right side, gets through an arm tackle, then he's taken down at the 45, another gain of 4 there, and that'll make it 3rd and about 2 or 3, but that's going to be the end of the first half. And the Dragons trail the North Branch Vikings here in North Branch 16-0. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back, and we'll recap that first half. And then we'll be close to the start of the second half. Again, you're listening to the WCMP Football Game of the Week.
To say we're having a hot summer is an understatement. Some days have been fry an egg on cement hot. Is your air conditioning keeping up? If it's time to think about a new AC, Aquarius Home Services has great summer specials on new air conditioning systems starting as low as $45 per month. From repairs to replacement, you'll enjoy respectful, on-time professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. Worry-free AC is just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Who remembers the Awesome Burger? It's back at your favorite A&W family restaurant in Pine City. A 1/3 pound bacon double cheeseburger topped with American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and topped with our awesome crunchy golden brown onion rings. Make it a combo with hot seasoned french fries and a drink. Don't forget to top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer all in a frosty mug. Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W family restaurant in Pine City.
A Lennox heat pump from Dale's Heating and Appliance is the perfect solution to your summer cooling and spring or fall heating needs. With rebates up to $1,250 from East Central Energy, now is the best time to have the energy experts from Dale's install a Lennox heat pump in your home. Visit the showroom in downtown Pine City or online at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask about rebates from East Central Energy today. Dale's Heating and Appliance, where consistent comfort is key.
You are now tuned in to WCMP's Football Game of the Week. We now go live at the Gridiron.
Summer is winding down, but you're likely busier than ever. At Aquarius Home Services, your local authorized Connecticut dealer, it's about making life easier, better, with great water. Whether it's city or well, say goodbye to hard water and orange rust stains. Enjoy spotless dishes, fluffy laundry, and purified drinking water, all by using zero electricity and on-demand efficiency. At Aquarius, our goal is to always provide amazing service and earn the right to be recommended. Schedule your free water analysis today at ConnecticutMN.com.
Lake State Repair in Rush City performs all types of repairs and maintenance services for your truck and trailers, including Class 8 trucks and trailers. When looking for a local company with friendly staff that goes above and beyond to help you, it's going to be Lake State Repair in Rush City. They also can do your annual DOT inspections. So what are you waiting for? Get that repair done with Lake State Repair. Call them at 320-358-3195. Like them on Facebook today, Lake State Repair.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
When something is important to you, you'll do anything to make sure it's protected. You want someone you know, someone you trust to help you take care of it. That's why you need to work with Pine Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. With over 50 years combined experience, let the experts at Pine Insurance Agency help you protect what's important, whether it's your home, car, farm, insurance, or loved ones. Call them today to set up a free, no-obligation quote. Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Pine Insurance Agency, located in a Northridge Center in Pine City.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health is the leading provider of healthcare in East Central Minnesota, offering services to Mora, Pine City, Hinckley, and the surrounding communities. We have the always welcoming care you've come to expect close to home, with cutting-edge technology and multitude of specialty services, so you can receive the medical care you need when you need it. Live life well with Wellia Health. WelliaHealth.org.
Did you know that Franzen Bank & Trust is a Minnesota-owned company? And they're one of the largest community banks around. That's a great combination. As a community bank, they're dedicated to their customers and the communities they serve. You might say they're big enough to help, small enough to care. Last March, they provided $20,000 in grants to 6 different Minnesota communities. They also processed well over 1,700 PPP loans, allowing local small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll during the pandemic. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Back here at halftime in North Branch, the Vikings have the lead over the Pine City Dragons, 16-0. And looking at it, in that first half, we had 4 combined fumbles. The only one was lost, and that was the first one of the night that North Branch had. They fumbled the snap, and it was lost to Pine City. But other than that, Pine City's had 3 fumbles. They haven't given up one of them. So that is great news for the Dragons as they lead the turnover battle. And one key to victory a lot of times is winning the turnover battle as well as the penalty battle. And so far the Dragons are winning that as well, as they have 2 penalties to the North Branch, 5 penalties. And they have had a number of penalties, whether it's a holding call, an offsides, to even a personal foul call they had out there when Sonic. He tackled the ball carrier for the Dragons, and then he threw him down after the whistle had blew, and that, unfortunately, that's going to get called every single time. So sometimes you've got to be more aware of the whistle, and looked like he was just playing aggressive, doing his job, but I don't think there was any malicious intent behind it, so there's no need to worry about any bad blood for anyone. The Dragons, again, no turnovers in this game, and that's a key. Again, I want to touch on turnovers. Is that is so huge in a game like this, especially when the mist, it's very, very light mist out right now. It's enough to where if you leave your phone out on a surface, it's going to get wet, or the bleachers, that they will get wet as well, even the field, but it's not enough to where when you're standing, you're going to see it fall. But it's enough just to make things damp, and that's going to make things a little bit harder to not only carry the ball, but snap the ball, hold on to the ball. And the Dragons right now leading the turnover battle. I think that's a huge thing for them. I think they got to lean on that and say, hey, we've already turned the ball over on, or took the ball away, rather, from the Vikings. We can do it again. And I think if they can do that, when the Vikings are in their own territory, that is going to be a huge key for them in this game to get back into it. As we are at halftime here in North Branch. Again, the Vikings have that lone turnover of the game. 16-0 is the score, and scoring both touchdowns was Ashton LaBelle, a senior running back. One was from 2 yards out, the other from 15. So he has the 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. For the Dragons, it's been a mix between Johnson, Plajek, and Clark. Johnson got the last 2 carries of the half there for the Dragons, but Plajek seen I think the bigger workload there in the first half between all their running backs, and I think they'll go back to more of a balanced backfield there. Speaking of giving the carries to everyone, I think we'll see it more balanced and less heavy on one guy, because I think all of them did well when they touched the ball, and the O-line hasn't done terrible. The O-line has actually done a really good job. Passing the ball has been a little bit of a different story there for the Pine City Dragons. The Pine City Dragons, when they have had tried to pass, they had a snap fumble go behind the quarterback of Dylan Peterson, and they lost big yards on that. And they've had a couple of snap fumbles or a couple of fumbles while running, but the pass game has been a little bit weaker than the run game. So if the Dragons, their defense has been really good. Only 16 giving up points to a Vikings team that could really easily be up by more, but this Dragon defense has showed how strong it can be. They've done a really good job. These 3 running backs back there for the Vikings have done a good job here tonight of finding open lanes, and you got to give credit when you have open lanes like that to run through and you're able to just go where the hole is supposed to be instead of trying to make one yourself or even find and fight through traffic to get through one. That you got to give all the credit to the O-line for, and the Vikings running backs have got to be looking at the O-line and saying thank you. Keep it up. Keep doing that throughout the second half. And I think that's going to be a huge key to success for the North Branch Vikings, is they got to keep doing that. Their O-line's got to keep doing what they're doing right now. Just keep up that pressure on the Vikings D-line, or the Dragons D-line, rather. But one thing I have seen is when the Dragons blitz, when they blitz one of their linebackers, and usually it has been Timmy Johnson who's blitzed. They sometimes do also send Jacob Lindahl, but when Timmy Johnson blitzes, it throws off the O-line just a little bit, and enough to where the Dragons can get into the backfield and are able to wreak havoc, and that is when we have seen that the Vikings have not been able to get past the line of scrimmage, or they were able to only gain a yard. So I think if you're the Dragons, I think you might lean on the blitz a little bit more. We did see the Vikings throw the ball a couple times on their last possession of the game. Of the first half. But it wasn't, they did have receivers open, but I think the ball is too slick right now with how wet it is on the field due to this light mist, that I don't think it's going to be a factor in the second half. I just think the ball is just going to be too slick, and I don't think we're going to see too many passes in the second half from either team, but I could be wrong. But going off of my original thought I think the Dragons, their defense, I think they're going to lean on that blitz a little bit more if they saw what I saw. Of course, they might see something completely different. That's why they have coaches, and I am just a play-by-play announcer. So I think the Dragons, I think they need to go and blitz a little bit more. And for the Vikings, I think you just need to keep doing what you were doing. That gave you success in the first half. Just keep running the ball, keep pounding it. Trust your O-line. Believe that they are going to do what they did in the first half. That is plow through those Dragons front three, even front eight at times. But I think you got to watch out if you're the Vikings, because when the Dragons blitz, that's when they caught them off guard, and that's when the loss is starting to happen in the run game, or the no gains or 1 and 2 yard gains. So this should be a very interesting second half between these two teams. These two teams very strong in their own aspects and their own regards. They have different things that they excel at, different things that they're not great at, that they're working on, that they will get better on throughout the season. And this first game for both of them, as I mentioned, it's the first game of the season. So not everything's going to be perfect. You're going to have things in this game that you still have to work on. You're going to notice that, oh, hey, this isn't as good as we thought it was going to be, so we need to work on it a little bit more. Or, hey, this is going a lot better than we thought it was, so we need to lean on it a little bit more or practice it a little bit more because we excel at it. So there's different things, different aspects to this first game of the season, and I am excited for the second half of action here in North Branch. North Branch does lead over Pine City 16-0, but the Dragons, they had about 3 drives that they got into North Branch territory past the 30-yard line and that they were unable to score on. So I think the Dragons are going to get back into this one and make it a close game once again. And I think it'll be key on offense. Of course, the Vikings will start on offense first, and I think it'll be key for the Dragons to get a quick stop, get the ball back early, and go down and score. And if you're the Vikings, I think what you just need to do is get the ball first, just take a long drive downfield. You don't even necessarily need to score. Just take a bunch of time off the clock and get those defenders tired, because some of them do play both ways. And that's the beauty of this high school football in our areas. A lot of these guys sometimes play both ways. So those are my keys for each team. Some of the things that I have thought about and seen there in the first half. We're just a couple of minutes away, about 5.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. The North Branch Vikings lead 16-0 over the Pine City Dragons here in North Branch. You are listening to the WCMP Football Game of the Week.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings, with expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
To say we're having a hot summer is an understatement. Some days have been fry an egg on cement hot. Is your air conditioning keeping up? If it's time to think about a new AC, Aquarius Home Services has great summer specials on new air conditioning systems starting as low as $45 per month. From repairs to replacement, you'll enjoy respectful, on-time professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. Worry-free AC is just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Who remembers the Awesome Burger? It's back at your favorite A&W family restaurant in Pine City. A 1/3 pound bacon double cheeseburger topped with American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and topped with our awesome crunchy golden brown onion rings. Make it a combo with hot seasoned french fries and a drink. Don't forget to top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer all in a frosty mug. Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W family restaurant in Pine City.
A Lennox heat pump from Dale's Heating and Appliance is the perfect solution to your summer cooling and spring or fall heating needs. With rebates up to $1,250 from East Central Energy, now is the best time to have the energy experts from Dale's install a Lennox heat pump in your home. Visit the showroom in downtown Pine City or online at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask about rebates from East Central Energy today. Dale's Heating and Appliance, where consistent comfort is key.
You are now tuned in to WCMP's Football Game of the Week. We now go live at the Gridiron.
Summer is winding down, but you're likely busier than ever. At Aquarius Home Services, your local authorized Connecticut dealer, it's about making life easier, better, with great water. Whether it's city or well, say goodbye to hard water and orange rust stains. Enjoy spotless dishes, fluffy laundry, and purified drinking water, all by using zero electricity and on-demand efficiency. At Aquarius, our goal is to always provide amazing service and earn the right to be recommended. Schedule your free water analysis today at ConnecticutMN.com.
Lake State Repair in Rush City performs all types of repairs and maintenance services for your truck and trailers, including Class 8 trucks and trailers. When looking for a local company with friendly staff that goes above and beyond to help you, it's going to be Lake State Repair in Rush City. They also can do your annual DOT inspections. So what are you waiting for? Get that repair done with Lake State Repair. Call them at 320-358-3195. Like them on Facebook today, Lake State Repair.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
When something is important to you, you'll do anything to make sure it's protected. You want someone you know, someone you trust to help you take care of it. That's why you need to work with Pine Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. With over 50 years combined experience, let the experts at Pine Insurance Agency help you protect what's important, whether it's your home, car, farm, insurance, or loved ones. Call them today to set up a free, no-obligation quote. Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Pine Insurance Agency, located in a Northridge Center in Pine City.
Welcome back. 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP. And you can also listen online at WCMPradio.com. Of course, this game is audio only, as we are in North Branch for tonight's football game. Both of these teams' first game of the season. And it has the Vikings up over the Pine City Dragons 16-0. But that is just the first half. The second half could prove to be a completely different story for both of these teams. We will find out in just a little bit. I believe we'll put 3 minutes back up on the clock for warm-up. And the Vikings have yet to take the field, and I believe, again, the 3 minutes for warm-up as halftime is coming to a close. Dragons are over on their side. They have done their warm-ups, done their halftime meetings, and they look ready to go. I believe the Vikings will still have about 2.5 minutes to get back on the field and get warmed up a little bit. And here they come. I can see them coming from the sidewalk over there by the tickets. And they are making their way to the field. And they are back on the field now. Dragons on their side trying to get pumped back up, trying to get warm back up. It's cooled off a little bit here. And that could be just because I'm outside and gotten a little wet from the rain that has come down, rather mist. Not so much a rain as it is an extremely light mist. We have an update in that KBEK football game of the week. Cambridge Isani trails at halftime against Elk River, 20-7. So they have cut into that lead. Elk River did lead 14-0 at one point, so Cambridge Isani has scored. And again, they're at halftime in that game. In our game, that is just about to end halftime. About a minute and a half left for warm-ups. The Vikings lead over the Pine City Dragons 16-0. Game Day Gilman again with you on the call tonight. Again, the Dragons got some new jerseys this year. New pants as well, I see. The jerseys with green lettering outlined in black. They're white away jerseys with the black shoulder. Black pants this year, which I think is pretty darn cool. Since I've been in high school, it's been green pants. I know at one point it was gray pants with a 3-stripe of 2 green and 1 black down the middle. Then we switched to green pants with a black stripe down the middle. Then it was the green pants that they wore a couple years after I graduated with a black and white stripe up the pant. And now it is a black pant with, I believe, a 3-stripe again that goes halfway down in green, and then the middle is white with dragons under the rest of the pant. Pine City on the front of the jersey. Their black helmets with the what looks to be chrome dragon decals. I, for one, love when a matte helmet gets some chrome decals on the side of it. It could just be the rain, too. I could just be getting excited about it. North Branch, by the way, did get some new unis as well. They have their red helmets, red face masks, but they got some black jerseys this year. They're getting some black ones this year with the 3 white stripes on the shoulder, white numbers, and red pants. They usually go with red jerseys and white pants, but again, black jerseys and red pants this year for the North Branch Vikings. I like that look. And the Dragons will receive the second half kickoff. Lindahl back to return for the Dragons. And a kick is Isaiah Stokes. Stokes, who will set up on the right side of the field. As a kickoff going from left to right on your radio dial. Stokes gets set. Here's the whistle. And the kick is away, and we are underway here in the second half. That kick taken in by, that was number 5 there by the Dragons, and that is Brody Clark. So Brody Clark took it as it went just to the past the 45. Clark takes it up to the 47. And that's where the Dragons will start on offense. They are on the opposite side of the field, on the opposite hash. And they'll start with it at the 47, and here's what they need to do. I had it backwards, folks. I had it completely backwards, and I can't believe I did that. As the Dragons kicked off and the Vikings received. So the Dragons will have it to begin the second half. Handoff off the right side, and it looked like it was stripped by the Vikings, but the whistle is blown dead, and I think they're going to say forward momentum had stopped at the 49. One official's at the 49, the other at the 48. And they're going to officially place it at the 48. Gain of 1 on the carry. Did not see who had it. 11:40 left in the third quarter. So again, Dragons receive the second half kickoff. I kind of talked about the keys to the game, but I talked about it backwards, I think, for the Dragons on offense here as they receive the second half kickoff. I think what they need to do is go down and score quickly, maybe even take a little bit of a longer drive. This handoff from Dylan Peterson. That gets to Timmy Johnson. He's taken down for no gain on the play, and that makes it 3rd down and 9. Timmy Johnson trying to find anywhere to run through, but North Branch does a good job of swallowing him up at the line of scrimmage. Again, both offensive lines have done pretty well tonight. As you heard in the interview with both Nate Fort and Andrew Berger, head coaches of the Pine City Dragons, the North Branch has some movers on the offensive line, and maybe a mistake there from the Dragons as they had a man offside, but did not snap the ball. Timmy Johnson on the carry, takes it up, and he's tackled after only a gain of 1. It'll be 4th down and 8 for the Dragons. We'll see what they do. Looks like they might be bringing on their punt team, and it'll be Jacob Lindahl back to kick.
Brings up 4th and 8.
Jacob Lindahl will be back to punt. Back to return is Vinny Belke. That punt is away to the 25, to the 20 is where Belke will take it in. He's being chased down, and he will be taken down at around the 30-yard line. Actually, I think an official is going to have him stepped out at the 27. No, let's see. Got one official at the 27 and the other at the 30, and they'll officially place it at the 30. So a decent return of about 10 there for Belke. And they'll take it on the far hash at the 30 with just under 10 to go here in the third quarter. Well, the Vikings get back on offense. Their run game has been strong here tonight. And they'll take their first possession of the second half. Thawald under center. He'll hand it off up the middle. And that carry by Robillard will take him to the 35, a gain of 5. But there is a flag. And we'll see what that flag is for. And the official calls holding on the Vikings. That's their 6th penalty of the night. And another holding call. They've had a couple of those this evening, a couple of offsides and a personal foul. So that'll march them back 10 yards. Should be at the 20.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st and
Well,
23.
They're going to move it back to the 17, I guess. Usually a holding call is only 10 yards. So 1st and 23. This handoff is to Ashton LaBelle. He's got some room. I apologize. He is quick. He got up quickly to the 25, and that's where he was taken down by the Dragon defender.
Gain of 7.
So a quick gain of, call it 8, as the ball is placed at the 25. That'll make it 2nd and 15. Thawald under center. Oh, and the Dragons, they were looking to blitz, and Thawald got him offsides. A nice hard count there from Thawald. And the Dragons, they were showing blitz. And like I mentioned at halftime, that was their key to success there in the first half to kind of stop the North Branch run game. They were trying to do it there, but got to have your ears on silent and just watch the ball. So 2nd and 10. Thawald will hand it off, and that handoff is to LaBelle off the left side. He carries a man up the field, and he'll officially be placed at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 8, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 for the North Branch Vikings. Thawald breaks the huddle, brings his team up to the line. Hold under center. Takes the snap. He'll give it off. I believe that is O'Day on the carry. Breaks a tackle at the 45, and then he tries to bounce it outside, and that's where he's taken down at the 45. A good open field tackle by the safety, Dylan Peterson. Ryan O'Day, he picks up 7 yards, and that'll be a 1st down for North Branch. Good open field tackle there by Peterson after Ryan O'Day made a man miss to take him down, because O'Day had nothing but green grass in front of him, and he was gone. Again, a good open field tackle by Dylan Peterson. Thawald under center again at the 45-yard line. Thawald He'll hand it off again to O'Day off the right side here, and he's quickly taken down at the 48-yard line. O'Day, gain of 3, and it's second down with 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. 16-0, the Vikings lead over the Dragons of Pine City. Vikings hold under center. He takes the snap. He'll give it up the middle to the fullback. That is Robillard, and Robillard will get it to the 50. A gain of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 5. So 3rd down and 5. Actually, they're going to place him at the 49. Looked like he stretched to the 50, but they're going to say his knee was down at the 49. So only a gain of 1, and it's 3rd down and 6. 6:45 left to go in the third quarter here in North Branch on the turf field. Dragons looking for a stop. Thawald under center, showing blitz, and they bring it up the middle to Robillard again. He breaks off a 1 tackle, gets past the 50, and he'll make it to the 48. Gain of 3, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Brings up 4th and 3.
Or 4th and 3, I apologize. So 4th and 3, Dragons looking to get the ball back on a stop here. Thawald under center. Thawald takes the snap. He'll hand it off this time to Ashland LaBelle. Ashland LaBelle makes a man miss. He gets to the first down marker, just at the first down marker, and he's going to have it for a first down for the North Branch Vikings. Right at that first down marker. They'll give him enough for the first. And the Vikings on the Dragon side of the field at the 45-yard line with 5:45 left to go in the third. Thawald under center. Takes the snap again. He'll give it to LaBelle. LaBelle, he'll cut it back across to the right side of the field to the 25. Makes a man miss at the about 20. And then he's taken down at the 19. He'll officially be spotted at the 18-yard line. Carried it on the left side, then cut it back to the right side. And he'll pick it up to the 18. Big gain there for the Vikings as they are in the red zone now. Looking to extend their lead with 5:15 left to go in the third. Thawald gets to the line. Robillard behind him. He'll give it to Sonic. No, Thawald is going to keep it himself. He breaks a tackle at the 10. And he falls forward, I believe, to the 9. But there's a flag at the 19. And it's going to be holding on North Branch. And that makes it a 10-yard penalty. That's another holding call here for North Branch tonight. They do have the lead, so it hasn't hurt them too much. But as a coach, that's going to be something that frustrates you and that you're definitely going to have to work on. First down and 20 from the 29. As the Vikings make their way to the line of scrimmage. Thawald takes the snap. He'll give it off this time off the right side to the 25. That's where Sonic is taken out of bounds by number 29, Jacob Lindahl. Or no, excuse me, that is a number 20. As I look for the roster sheet, it's right here. That's Colton Blaisdell, the senior. It's a gain of 5, and it's 2nd and 15. This time the handoff to Ashland LaBelle off the right side to the 20, to the 15, and that's where he's taken down. I believe that was Blaisdell again on the tackle. And that'll make it 3rd down. And 3rd down and 7 now for the Vikings in the red zone. from the 15-yard line. And Thauld will get the call from the sideline. He'll jog it into his huddle. Thauld breaks the huddle. Hold at the line. And that's going to be another free 5 yards. Thauld again gets the Dragons to jump off sides. That offside's going to be called on Ryan Plajek.
After the penalty, that makes this a 3rd and long 1.
3rd and about 2, make it a long 1 for the North Branch Vikings. Thauld under center, takes the snap, he'll give it off to Sonic. Sonic looking, being patient, he finds room enough for the first down to the 5, to the 4, where he's taken down by a host of Dragons. Plajek and Lindahl in there on the tackle. That's enough for a Vikings first down at the 4. First down and goal. They look to extend their 16-0 lead with 3.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings lead the time of possession here in this game. Thauld under center. Takes the snap. I believe that give was to Robillard, and he is taken down. The ball is on the ground. Who has it? The Dragons have it. Fumble, and the Dragons recover it. And the Dragons will have it deep in their own territory, but they prevent what could have been a touchdown for, excuse me, for North Branch. So the Dragons will have it on their own 6-yard line, but again, they stopped the Vikings offense cold. They were looking to make it into the end zone on this drive, and they stopped him quite cold there on the turnover. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Pine City Dragons. While we do that, I want to take this time to thank all of our fine sponsors who have sponsored this broadcast. Without them, we would not be able to come out here and cover this game or any of the games we cover. So thank you to all of our fine sponsors for doing that for us. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all of you tuning in tonight for this football game, the WCMP football game of the week between the Pine City Dragons and the North Branch Vikings. Again, the Dragons right now winning the turnover game, as the Vikings have turned it over twice. Pine City hasn't turned it over. Now, Pine City has fumbled 3 times, but they have yet to turn it over. So, in the grand scheme of things, when you win the turnover battle, usually you win the game. So maybe the Dragons can hang their hat on that. They got a long field to go, but it doesn't mean they can't do it. They certainly can. They have shown that they have the offense to march it up and down the field. Vikings defense has just stiffened at the right times. But the Dragons defense has as well, as they now have 2 turnovers. Didn't I mention that at halftime? They needed a turnover. Lindblom will hand it off, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. I believe that was Plajek on the carry. No gain. 2nd down and still 10 to go for the Pine City Dragons. Pine City in their white away jerseys, black pants, black helmets. North Branch, home black jerseys, red pants, and red helmet. Lindblom under center. He takes a snap. He'll hand it off to the outside to Jason Thiemann. Thiemann has it on the edge. He makes one man miss and gets it to the 10-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Jason Thiemann. And it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Pine City Dragons. Now again, 3rd down and longer than 5 is not exactly what you want, but it's not undoable either. But in this kind of situation, when you're deep in your own territory, I think they're probably going to keep it on the ground, especially with the ball, with it being a little bit damp on the field. You don't want to throw the ball and risk a turnover or B, an incomplete pass, because that'll set you up to punt. Might as well go with the run here and pick up for sure yards, and I believe that's Plajek. Nope, that is actually Lindahl on the carry. And Lindahl, he runs into the back of his own player, falls, and he'll lose 4 yards to the 6. And that'll make it 4th down and 10. Minute and a half to go here. And that is not what you wanted if you're Pine City on 3rd down, but you don't turn over the ball there, so that's good. But they will have to definitely punt it away. So Pine City getting set to punt. Lindahl will be the punter back there in his own end zone. Pine City waiting for one more player to get out there. They need someone on the line. They get there. They have plenty of time on the clock. Lindahl gets this one away, and it gets to the 30. There it's picked up, and the returner will be shoved out of bounds at the 22-yard line. On the return was Vinny Belke, and he's to the 22, and that's where the Vikings offense will take over. Vikings with their second possession now of the 3rd quarter. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. Vikings still have a 16-0 lead. Again, the mist out here providing a little bit of a challenge, but not too big. Fouled under center. He'll hand it off. It's Sonic. No, excuse me. That looks like Ryan O'Day. Ryan O'Day has an edge, and he is going to score. Ryan O'Day on the handoff to the right side. Takes it from 22 yards out. And Ryan O'Day will extend their lead 22-0. And the student section singing happy birthday, so it must be Ryan O'Day's birthday. Happy birthday to him. A 22-yard TD from Ryan O'Day pushes the North Branch lead 22-0. O'Day was untouched on that play. And he helps the Vikings extend their lead over the Dragons. Thawald takes the snap. He'll give it to LaBelle, and no, he'll actually pass. Good fake, and the 2-point conversion is good. 24-0. The North Branch Vikings lead over the Pine City Dragons here in North Branch. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be set for kickoff in North
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health is the leading provider of healthcare in East Central Minnesota, offering services to Mora, Pine City, Hinckley, and the surrounding communities. We have the always welcoming care you've come to expect close to home, with cutting-edge technology and multitude of specialty services, so you can receive the medical care you need when you need it. Live life well with Wellia Health. WelliaHealth.org.
Back here in North Branch, a little bit of an extended break there as we had an injury in the back of the end zone for North Branch. The player is able to get up under his own power and make it back to the sideline. That's Jackson Markison, the senior. So again, he's able to make it back to the sideline under his own power, thankfully, and hopefully he'll be able to get back into the game. Meanwhile, though, Ryan O'Day, he scores on a 22-yard touchdown run. Makes it a 24-0 lead after the 2-point conversion. Ryan O'Day, he's my cousin. I am related to him. So, related to a star, you could call it, yeah. as the Vikings have it and are set for kickoff from Isaiah Stokes. Jacob Lindahl back to return. Stokes, there's the whistle. And Stokes with the kick. This one's off the side of his foot a little bit. Taken in, and the returner takes it, and I don't know if he slid intentionally or if he was sliding as he decided to turn around, but he's down at the 33-yard line. Bryce Erickson took it in. So first down and 10 for the Pine City Dragons. They look to get on the board here and cut into the lead. Peterson under center. He'll give it off up the middle, and he's quickly cut down. That is Lindahl on the carry. Lindahl, he'll pick up maybe a yard. So second down and 9 for the Dragons. And Peterson gets the call. He'll break the huddle and head back to the line. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. I'd imagine they will. And Peterson, he's under pressure. He gets the ball away, and it is going to be an incomplete pass. Wow. Providing pressure was Cole Olson, the defensive end. I think he got in there untouched. And Peterson just had no chance on that one as Olson, again, came in untouched on that one. Peterson was lucky to just get the ball away. Looked like they had some players open down there, but Peterson just had no time to step up into the throw there. Again, just lucky to even get the ball away. So 3rd and 9, 2 seconds left here in the third quarter. Dylan Peterson under center. And they got an offside. So a free 5 yards there for Pine City, as we're going to get an offsides penalty on the North Branch Vikings. That's going to be on Sam Sonic. That's his second penalty of the evening. So 3rd down and 4 now for the Pine City Dragons with still 2 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The mist is picking up just a tad bit here as we go through the night, sitting at about 59 degrees. Peterson under center again. It looked like there was some movement on either side of the line. You could have called it, really. But they're not going to blow the whistle. Peterson did fumble the snap. Call it a loss of 1. Actually, I don't think he actually lost anything based on where the yard marker is at. So it'll be 4th and about 5 as we end the third quarter. North Branch with the lead over the Pine City Dragons, 24-0. When we come back, we'll be set for the start of the fourth quarter. You're listening to WCMP's
Did you know that
Game
Franzen
of the
Bank and
Week.
Trust is a Minnesota-owned company? And they're one of the largest community banks around. That's a great combination. As a community bank, they're dedicated to their customers and the communities they serve. You might say they're big enough to help, small enough to care. Last March, they provided $20,000 in grants to 6 different Minnesota communities. They also processed well over 1,700 PPP loans, allowing local small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll during the pandemic. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings, with expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Pine City is facing a 4th down and about 5 here on their own 38-yard line. Looking to convert here and, again, get themselves on the board to try and cut into that lead. Got a whole fourth quarter to go. Peterson under center. We're going to get a false start. That's the left guard over there for the Dragons. And that'll set him back 5 yards, make it 4th and 9. So a false start penalty there for the Dragons. That'll be the 3rd of the second half. That one on I think it was 76, but I don't have that on my roster. So it was number 76. And 4th down and 10. They'll punt it away. Lindahl with the punt. This one's a good one. It's all the way back to the 33-yard line where they'll call for the fair catch. Will number 37 again by Belke. So the Vikings will take over. A smart move there by the punt returner as he's seen the Pine City defenders get down to him quickly. Looked like he might have had some time to run, but then they got to him quickly as that ball hung in the air just a little bit longer. And they'll take over, though, 1st down and 10. 11:54 left to go in the 4th quarter. North Branch leads over Pine City, 24-0. And we're going to get a timeout here from North Branch as there was a bit of confusion as in who to sub in for Sam Sonic. Looked like they wanted to get number 15, Luke Cornelius, out there, but just started to run out of play clock. So they'll take the timeout and make sure they got the right personnel in the game. Again, stay tuned to WCMP as we'll have all of your sports, local sports updated here on Tuesday. Of course, we and most people have Monday off for Labor Day. And of course, for those of you who do not, thank you for working on that day. Timeout is getting close to over with. Again, the local sports will be updated on WCMP at 7:45 and 8:45 a.m. And also on KBEK, local sports will be updated at 7:30 and 8:30. Out of the timeout, Thawald will go under center for the Vikings. Thawald hands it off. Give up the middle there to Robillard. He gets it to the 34-yard line. Gain of 1. And we got a lineman for the Vikings getting up a little slow. That's Cole Olson. But he's up to his feet and back to the huddle. 11:30 left to go here in the game. Vikings lead 24-0 over the Pine City Dragons. And Thawald under center. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off the middle to Robillard. Robillard has some room to run. He's taken down at the 45. I think he stretched it out to the 44-yard line. 46, rather. And he's got the 1st down. Pick up a 14, and Robillard is down. Slow to get up with an injury. He's taken a knee there, and he's actually going to get up, walk off. He'll have to come out for a play, though. He'll get up under his own power, so maybe just a stinger there for Robillard. As he's back and jogs back to the sideline. He wanted to go back to the huddle, but I think because he stayed down and the whistle blew, I think he has to come out for at least a play. Ball at the 46-yard line of North Branch. 1st down and 10. Pine City looking to get a turnover here and get back on offense. Thawald takes the snap. He'll hand it off on the right side to Ryan O'Day. Ryan O'Day fumbled at the 49-yard line. I believe it's picked up by Pine City. And it is. Pine City will take over with the ball in North Branch territory at the 49-yard line. Ryan O'Day with the carry. He fumbled on the play.
Recovered by the Dragons.
And the Dragons, when they needed it most, they get a turnover. And they'll have it on the Viking 49-yard line.
Last call for concessions.
3 turnovers in the game by North Branch. Again, Pine City leading the turnover battle now 3-0. So they're +3 on the night for that, but haven't been able to capitalize yet. on the turnovers. And Pine City going to take a timeout here. While they take a timeout, we'll take a quick commercial break. You're listening to Football on WCMP.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
You are now tuned.
Back here in North Branch, out of the timeout. Pine City will have 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the Vikings side of the 50. Dragons up to the line quick. Lindblom, he hands it off with a wide open lane. There goes Lindahl. Lindahl to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Dragons! Jacob Lindahl on the carry. He goes 49-yard line. Jacob Lindahl with a 49-yard touchdown run, untouched on the play. Jacob Lindahl will get the first points on the board for Pine City. 24-6. And the Dragons have found themselves on the scoreboard. They capitalize on the turnover there and will cut into the lead. 10.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Dragons are going to get set to go for 2. And the run to Plajek goes nowhere. So no good on the 2-point conversion. Down by 18. But the Dragons finally get on the board on a Jacob Lindahl 49-yard touchdown run. And the Dragons trail the North Branch Vikings now 24-6 as they were able to get on the scoreboard after the turnover from the North Branch Vikings. Dragons with the score, and you're listening to Football on 106.5 FM, AM 1350.
Summer is winding down, but you're likely busier than ever. At Aquarius Home Services, your local authorized Connecticut dealer, it's about making life easier, better, with great water. Whether it's city or well, say goodbye to hard water and orange rust stains. Enjoy spotless dishes, fluffy laundry, and purified drinking water, all by using zero electricity and on-demand efficiency. At Aquarius, our goal is to always provide amazing service and earn the right to be recommended. Schedule your free water analysis today at ConnecticutMN.com.
24-6, 10.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Those 6 points provided by a 49-yard scamper from Jacob Lindahl. Lindahl didn't see many carries there in the first half, but he has seen quite a few here in the second half so far. And he provided the spark there on offense that time. 1 play, 1 touchdown for the Dragons. And kicking it off are the Dragons. It's going to be an onside kick. It goes. Oh, it's still up for grabs. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see who gets it. The onside kick there by TJ Davis. Let's see who comes up with it. And I believe North Branch, they say they do, and they do. So interesting play call there. I like it. Got to be aggressive here. Down by 18, but North Branch falls on top of it. They are lucky, though. It scored it out of the first player's hands who touched it. And they were able to fall back on top of it, but Pine City was right there to try and grab it and take it back on offense right away, right after they scored. But we're unable to there. But you got to know and believe that the Dragons have all of the spark right now for their defense, trailing by 18 with 10:27 left to go. Plenty of time to try and tie this game up. Fouled under center. He takes the snap. He'll give it to LaBelle. Bell off the left side here. He falls forward past the 43 to the 41. LaBelle, a 13-yard gain and a first down. 10:20 left to go. LaBelle has been getting the majority of the carries here tonight, but again, O'Day and LaBelle have both scored. And Robillard has done a good job on some short yard situations. And Sonic, he's provided some spark off the edge. LaBelle with the carry again. Off the left side, makes a man miss, cuts back, cuts up the field. And he'll be stopped at the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10, and that should be another first down for North Branch. And it will be. Back-to-back carries for LaBelle are back-to-back first downs. Under 10 minutes to go now. Vikings lead 24-6 over the Dragons. Held under center. Won't be surprised if we see another carry for LaBelle. Nope, fake it his way, then give it to Sonic. And Sonic is taken down by Plajek. That's Ryan Plajek. Take him down for a loss of 1. At the 32 is where the ball will be placed.
Pine City's 31.
Second down and 11 here for North Branch. Thorold under center. Dragons looking to make something happen. Thorold, he will keep it himself off the left side. He's got a lane to the 20. He's finally touched at the 15, taken down at the 8-yard line. A big gain there for Thorold as he confused everyone on that play. Beautiful blocking on the outside by his running backs. Had a lane to run through. Wasn't even touched till about the 12-yard line. Then he was taken down at the 8. That's where they'll spot the ball. First down and goal for North Branch. So North Branch looking to extend this lead. Not quite close it out yet because there's still time, but Dragons will have to work quickly. Give to Ashton LaBelle on the left side. He's to the goal line. He reaches across into the end zone. Touchdown. Dylan Peterson made the tackle, but LaBelle is able to stretch it out and reach over the goal line for an 8-yard touchdown run. So LaBelle with 3 touchdown carries on the night. Makes it 30-6 North Branch. And they'll set up to go for 2. Thorold takes the snap. He'll give it to LaBelle. Why not? LaBelle fighting at the goal line. Stretches it across once again. In for 2. Make it 32-6 in favor of the Vikings. We'll take commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be set for kickoff. You're listening to football on 106.5 FM, AM 13.
Lake State Repair in Rush City performs all types of repairs and maintenance services for your truck and trailers, including Class 8 trucks and trailers. When looking for a local company with friendly staff that goes above and beyond to help you, it's going to be Lake State Repair in Rush City. They also can do your annual DOT inspections. So what are you waiting for? Get that repair done with Lake State Repair. Call them at 320-358-3195. Like them on Facebook today, Lake State Repair.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Lindahl back to return. Looks like they're going to have a different kicker this time, will North Branch. That is going to be number 30, Nate Skiba. He at least has the tee for the ball, and he will be kicking it off. Lindahl back to return. Lindahl had that 49-yard rushing touchdown for the Dragons. And Skiba, he'll kick it, and it'll go and bounce at the 40, past the man at the 40. And the returner has it past the 50 to the 45 to the 44 is where he's thrown down. I could not see who returned it. That was Plajek, Ryan Plajek on the return. Nice job by him as it bounced over the initial Dragon who touched it and then right into Plajek's hand. He had a lane to run through. Good job by North Branch to even get a hand on him because he was gone. Good job of coming and getting him from behind. He had to absolutely go into full Superman to actually get him. If he didn't get a hold of his back, Plajic was gone. And I mean gone. Plajic had a wide open lane to run through. Excuse me. Peterson under center. He'll give it off. He's got a little bit of a lane to run through, does his running back. He'll pick up 2 yards maybe to the 43-yard line. Apologize to everyone listening as Lindahl was on the carry. Jacob Lindahl picks up 2. I am losing my voice a little bit here tonight. So if my voice continues to sound scratchy or sound like I am going through a second puberty, the reason why is I am losing my voice a little bit. Dragons break the huddle. Peterson will bring them back to line of scrimmage. 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. He'll have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, he'll have 2 on the right side. Peterson takes a snap. He drops back. He looks. He throws. It's caught. And it's caught at the 45, but there's a flag down. I believe that'll be holding, and that should bring it back. And the pass caught there by, I can't tell if that's a 28 or 20. I believe that's Jace Preston. It is 28. Preston on the catch at the 45, but a holding call on the Dragons. That's their 4th of the second half. That gives them 6 on the night total, and they'll march the ball back 10 yards to the 43-yard line on Pine City side. That's and should be 2nd and 20. Snap by Peterson. Looks for a counter, and there, North Branch is right there. North Branch snuffed that one out from the get-go. Peterson had to do everything he could just to hold on to that ball. Ball all the way back now to the 37-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and a country mile here for Pine City. Kind of my rule of thumb, when you have to start going for it on 4th down, you get at least half of it back on 3rd. That way you only have half to get on 4th. 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Peterson takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got pressure. He makes the throw, and it's caught there by number 11. He's to the 45, to the 50, pushed out at about the 49-yard line. That's number 8, Timmy Johnson. Forgive me, I'm losing eyesight as we go apparently tonight. Timmy Johnson with a huge gain. He's going to pick up, and we're going to pick up more as we get a roughing the passer call on the defense. Oh, no. And that should be an automatic 1st down, and it will be. So Pine City picked up over half of what they needed on 3rd down, but they're going to get an automatic 1st down due to the roughing the passer call. And that's one of those plays where you just got to remember the rules of the game in your head, the fundamentals of the game. The ball moves to the 34-yard line of North Branch. Pine City was on their own 32, and the ball is now at the North Branch 34. Wow. Again, you just got to remember the fundamentals at this time of the game. Under 7 minutes to go. Peterson takes the snap. He's going to look. He throws it out quick there to number 5, Brody Clark. Brody Clark stiff arms a man, and he'll be pushed out at the 32, gain of 2 by Brody Clark. And the Dragons are bringing out their passing game here with 6.5 to go. Peterson has looked good throwing the ball. He's made 2 completions here. 1 to Clark, 1 to Timmy Johnson. But you can tell the ball is a little bit slippery, so he's had to kind of awkwardly throw it. But his throws have looked decent. He's going to get it off to Brody Clark, and Clark will fall forward to the 30. He's going to gain another 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Brody Clark off the left side. Had a hole to run through, but just good job of the linebacker staying home for North Branch as they were able to stay and watch the running back come right to them, really. The corners did a good job of staying home as well as they forced him to cut it back up into the hole, and the line markers were right there ready to greet him. 6:02 now left to go here in this fourth quarter. Dragons trail 32-6 to the North Branch Vikings. Dylan Peterson under center. Peterson takes the snap. It's a pass. He's under pressure. He's going to step up into the pocket. He's got room to run to the 30, to the 25, makes a man miss, and he's going to go and grind his way to the 20, past the 20, carries a couple defenders down to the 17-yard line. A first down run by Dylan Peterson. Peterson saw that pocket collapse on him. He stepped up into that pocket and took off with it, dragged a couple of defenders all the way down to the 17. First down and 10 for the Dragons now. Again, trailing 32-6, 5.5 to go. Peterson under center. Peterson takes it. He'll hand it off. I believe that's Lindahl on the left side. Lindahl will fall forward to the 11. It's a quick gain of 6. So 2nd and 4. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 32-6. Dragons trail, trying to get back onto the board. Again, if you can score quickly here, get the onside kick, man, you're right back in it. Peterson under center. Peterson takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. That's Ryan Plajek on the carry. He's going to fall forward to about the 8-yard line. Pick up of a couple more yards. That'll make it 3rd and a long 2. 3rd and 2 for the Dragons. Inside the red zone, now inside the 10. And the Dragons are 8 yards away from pay dirt. Under 4.5 to go. Peterson breaks the huddle, gets his team to the line. Peterson takes the snap. He'll hand it off, and I believe that's Lindahl on the carry. Don't think he got anywhere on that one. No gain. And it'll be 4th and 2. 4 minutes to go. 4th down and 2 for the Dragons. This would more than likely be the game if they're unable to convert here. Getting a call in from the sideline. Peterson will meet him. Peterson will break the huddle, get to the line. 4th down and 2. Actually make it 4th down and 1. Peterson will take it on a sneak. Oh, no. Oh, no. Penalty flag. It's going to be a false start on the Dragons, and that'll set them back and make it 4th and 6. It was a 4th and 1 as Lindahl was able to pick up a yard, but now it's going to be 4th and 6. Once again, I apologize. I am losing my voice this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why you can probably barely hear me now or barely understand me. Once again, I do apologize. 4th down and 6 for the Pine City Dragons. 3:30 to go in the 4th. Peterson under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right. He's going to throw into the end zone, and it's nearly intercepted. That one intended for Jace Preston. Incomplete. And that will turn over on downs. Ryan O'Day on the coverage there. Knocked it away. And almost better to knock it away there than take an interception, because he's on the goal line. So if he has to take it out, he's more than likely going to be tackled inside the 10. But knocking it down will move it and give them the ball at the 13-yard line. .318 left to go in the fourth quarter. 32-6, the Vikings lead over the Dragons. The Vikings will have the ball on the 13-yard line. Thawald will run out onto the field. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Thawald under center. He takes the snap. He'll give it to the fullback on the carry. That's Robillard. He'll move it to the 17-yard line, maybe closer to the, 17. Pick up a 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Or it's Skiba on the carry. So the give there. And can't see the number of who has it. Looked like it might have been 31, but I'll wait to officially see. I can't quite grab the number for you. I'll wait for the PA announcer if he's seen it. So Skiba again on the carry. And it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the North Branch Vikings with under 2.5 to go. You'll need at least another first down for the North Branch Vikings. And a bit of miscommunication. Thowell looks like he'll take it himself. He will be actually tackled at the line of scrimmage, and that'll be 4th down. 4th down and 1 for the North Branch Vikings at the 22 on their own side of the field. Again, they'll have to convert this first down and run a couple of plays, and then they will claim victory. Ball on the 22, 4th down and 1. Creeping up on a 1.5 to go in the 4th, 32-6. The North Branch Vikings with the lead over the Pine City Dragons. And looks like the Vikings will wind this play clock all the way down to 1, take a timeout, and we'll have under a 1.5 to go in the 4th quarter. And we'll see what they do. I'm sure they want to prevent the Dragons from scoring another touchdown here in this game. So they might try and punt it away to switch field position, but I won't be surprised if they go for it either. Because if you go for it, convert on the 4th down play, then you just get to take a couple of knees and get out of here with the victory. But if you don't convert, then you give the Dragons a chance to score quickly. I don't know if a 1.5 is enough to score that many points, but you never know. That's the beauty of sports. You just never know. I mean, a couple of years ago, I think it was Maple Grove who scored 3 touchdowns in a matter of 20-something seconds or less. So you never know. 1.5, that's a lot more than 20. So we'll see. 32-6. Dragons trying to get the ball back here and score quick. Fouled under center. And that will give the Vikings a free first down. Offsides on the play. That is Zach Watts. So Zach Watts, offsides. That's a free first down for North Branch. And that should do it. We should see either just the North Branch Vikings run the ball or kneel a couple of times, and we'll be out of here with the victory. Thowell bring his team to the line. They will be in victory formation, a coach's favorite formation. Thowell kneels it down, and we'll see maybe just one more of those for the Vikings are out of here with a Week 1 victory. Dragons really fought hard in this game, gave it everything they had. I mean, they really gave Vikings everything. And it did not look like this bad of a game, 32-6. It did not look like that bad for the Dragons. This was definitely a good game for the Dragons in some areas, and they will look to that for next week when they host Aiken. But the Dragons, they showed where they can improve, but they certainly showed where they were good. Their defense, they stopped this Viking offense a couple of times, especially on 3rd and 4th downs, and they turned it over. They got 3 turnovers in the game. The Dragons didn't give it up once. So there's a great note to end on if you're the Dragons, something to take into next week. And you also can see that the pass game works. You have Peterson, who's able to throw the ball. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Lindblom throw the ball because it was Peterson's turn, and it looked like the Dragons were every other drive they were switching with quarterbacks between Lindblom and Peterson. So the Dragons, they can certainly improve but they can certainly learn from tonight, as again, their run game was extremely strong. They were able to run the ball really well, but they also seen that they can have a pass game with this offense, and they ran it out of the shotgun, and I would like to see them run that a little bit more. I would like to see them try and open up the game with that, maybe open up and play with that a little bit more, because they showed that it can work and that it works for them. So I would look to maybe the Dragons to try that a little bit more. As for North Branch, their run game was all they needed. They were strong in the run game. Ashton LaBelle, he scored 3 touchdowns on the day. Ryan O'Day, he scored a 22-yard touchdown run as well. 32-6, the North Branch Vikings with the victory here in WCMP's football game of the week. North Branch is 1-0 on the season. Dragons fall to 0-1, but that does not mean that the season is lost by any means. Not one game does not a season make. So, Dragons, they'll get another chance next week, and they will play Aiken at home. They'll have a chance to improve of what they saw tonight. There's a lot for them to look forward to for this Dragon team. This is a class above them. North Branch, I believe, is 4A. So they played a tough team here. And I think if you're the Dragons, you got plenty to look forward to in this team. For the North Branch Vikings, well, they showed everything went well for them tonight. They did have a couple of penalties. They end the night as I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the Dragons, and 5, 9 for the North Branch Vikings. Now, of course, Vikings did lose the turnover battle. They had 3. Dragons had none, although the Dragons did have 3 fumbles, but they were able to get back on top of those. Again, the North Branch Vikings definitely held the advantage in the time of possession here in this game, but they certainly got the victory here tonight, 32-6 over the Pine City Dragons. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. I know you probably got annoyed with my voice towards the end as it started to lose itself, so I apologize about that, but I want to thank you so much for tuning in as the Dragons fall to the North Branch Vikings 32-6. I want to also thank all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring this broadcast, because without them, we would not be able to come out here or to any game and broadcast those games. Again, the final here in North Branch, the Vikings 32, the Pine City Dragons 6. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilvin, and have a great rest of your Labor Day weekend. And broadcast those games. Again, the final here in North Branch, the Vikings 32, the Pine City Dragons 6. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilvin, and have a great rest of your Labor Day weekend.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Those brands were over